So I quit. That doesn't mean I cannot watch what other people are doing. And I still have my collection open. Look at that. Look at that beautiful collection of cards. I specifically opened this to be next to Skullman's Academy. And as you can see, it's Demon Hunter expansion, right? I'm gonna actually explain you guys what happened to Hearthstone. What happened that made it boring as fuck? What game the Hearthstone developers are thinking now? What they were trying to do, what they were trying to accomplish, but what actually happened? I'm able to explain it now. I figured it out. Which is even crazier, you know. Yes, we know the culprit is boardclears. And Blizzard is recklessly printing out boardclears, not realizing that, you know, if you clear a board of like 3/3s, you have generated like 12 points of tempo. You gained back 12 points of tempo. Like, you have to lose by a lot, bro. And then you just play a 3-mana boardclear and just win back the board. Like, what the fuck are you doing? No other card game, as I've said, does that. And I played specifically Elder Scrolls Legends, and they don't fucking do that. The only boardclear is in one color out of 5. Deals 3 damage to the board. And yeah, there's some removals, there's some like 1 lane boardclears. I don't care, they're not that relevant. No, nobody even plays boardclears in that game because they're not efficient enough. Maybe like control decks need to survive somehow, so they would do that. But here, they're just being printed left and right. And I figured out how does it look like? How does it feel like? What the premise of all of this is. So Skullman's Academy is the culprit, and potentially Demon Hunter is the culprit beforehand. So to counter Demon Hunter, they just printed boardclears, right? Demon Hunter happens to be aggressive. So, and the only way to beat aggression is with tempo cards. The only tempo cards are boardclears. Why these are tempo cards? Because you play a boardclear, yes, to survive longer, but usually you clear the board so you can build your own or help survive your board, right? Help your board survive. Help your minions survive and continue their reign of terror against your opponent. That's what this is all about. You shut down your opponent's tempo with boardclears and try to still continue establishing the board that cannot be easily cleared. That's tempo, my friends. And if you don't know what tempo is, you have no idea what Hearthstone or card games are. Like, you just have no fucking clue. If you're trying to call this mid-range, like, you don't understand. Like, tempo is a simple word that you can pick up and learn the use of it. It's very important. And people then say fucking skill issue. Yeah, I don't think you even have patience to watch a video, let alone, like, learn about the very core aspects about Hearthstone. And then you call me like a platinum player. Like, I don't want to rank up. There's nothing up there. How many times do I have to fucking deal with these, like, obsessive people who just want to rank up and reach legend every single season? What's the point? What's the point of reaching legend, though? You know, reaching as high as you can. There's no flex that you can do. You can't even, like, type in the comments and prove that you're this and that. You know, you can only trash me. You can only insult me. That's the only thing you can do. And you still don't have proof that you're better than me. It fucking sucks, doesn't it? That I have to deal with community as toxic as this, but here you go. I'm surviving. Because getting board cleared is way worse than dealing with fucking degenerates. So, yeah. Keep leaving degenerate comments. It's a 50-50, to be honest. So 50% of the time it's going to be degenerate, and 50% of the time it's going to be okay. It's not going to be spectacular, unfortunately. The only spectacular Common is that someone acknowledged tempo does not exist. You cannot build a board. There's no minion trading. The feeling that you get from Arena stays in Arena. It's a very unique feeling, apparently, but it's not supposed to be. So Arena just basically got isolated as if it's its own thing, and Hearthstone Standard is all about aggro versus control. And then at some point Zeddy complains, why is aggro winning right now? Why is aggro like dominating the metagame? I think it was 2021. I watched some Zeddy's videos, and it's like he's just complaining about aggro. And like, what the fuck happened to Hearthstone then? You know? So if in 2021 they still complain about aggro, so that was a very rough battle. Control versus aggro. The funny thing is, aggro wins against control. So Blizzard, as as educated as they are, as like the masters of the universe that they are, they think that control has to beat aggro, but it doesn't fucking work that way. Let me explain why. Aggro puts a bunch of fucking token minions on the board. And yes, they can get board cleared, but that's not the point. Why would you print ridiculously powerful cards like board clears? You know, just to stop these little token minions, they chip away your health very, very quickly. Control can like remove this and that and this and like bam, bam, smash with a weapon and all that shit, but they keep resummoning these minions and really annoying. And at some point, they make a final blow and they buff the minion, they taunt things up, like fortify and just bam. And then have a little bit of reach, right? A little bit of OTK damage. And that's it. And there's nothing a control deck's supposed to be able to do. But now they can. So apparently, in Blizzard's mind, they think it's control that's supposed to win. But this whole time, when aggro was playing cards and minions and all that shit, guess what happened? Control deck didn't play shit. Minion combat is the most essential thing. If you want to defend yourself, you also have to play minions. That's all you have to fucking do. And hopefully these minions like deal damage, so on an empty board, they don't actually become that effective, right? But if they deal damage, like if you deal damage to your opponent's face, you don't gain tempo. But if you deal damage to your opponent's minion, you do gain tempo. That's why tempo is more effective at killing aggro than a bunch of boardclears vomited onto the game that destroy the fucking game. It's disgusting, but I figured it out finally. This is, in fact, how it works. This triangle of rock, paper, scissors is exactly how the game works. It's a little bit sad that, you know, OTK is not a thing, but there's this, right? There's rock, paper, scissors, and there's the wind element, so to speak. The hidden element of all these, like, in-betweens that you can draw from. If you can, like, reset the game, you get a lot of resources. If you have OTK, potentially you can kill control as well. So you can, like, maybe loop around and, like, fucking do weird shit that I don't want to try and explain because it's a goddamn insanity. I just want you guys to understand that control beats tempo, but gets beaten by aggro. And there's no way around it. There's not supposed to be a way around it. And when the fucking Blizzard developers think that there's a way around it, they create a control metagame. And control metagame, my friends, is a goddamn slow, grindy fucking nonsense. Oh my god. Like, you thought aggro decks are brain deads? Well, you're gonna be brain dead while playing against control metagame. Is the most bullshit thing ever. You don't feel in control when you're losing the game because everything stacks on top of itself. Bran is a very good example. The newest card printed out is a very good example of the game being broken, because for the rest of the game you improve the power level of your deck. That's how you win with control decks. You have to improve your power level. You have to level up over and over again. But when you're dealing with aggro, you can't level up. You have to just waste your resources to defend yourself. And you're still under pressure. This is just a proven equation. I proved it a long time ago. I played tempo because I realized, wait, I'm winning against aggro right now. This is how you do it. This is the way. I mean, I just clear minions and they just go face, but I have minions. I can go face too. And all of a sudden I'm racing aggro and I'm just fucking crushing them eventually. I love that. And if people didn't fucking figure that shit out, you don't even have any skill of any kind. You don't even have a brain cell that, you know, figured out the fundamentals of a card game. And I'm still being insulted? Yeah. I don't think you guys deserve me. Like, literally. You guys don't even deserve me. Like, this community has to, like, wiggle around in bed to at least either wake up or, like, get very comfortable without me. So, fucking hell, man. It is children's card game because it's being played by children, but card games are pretty fucking complicated concept. It took me a long time to be very, very confident that this is how it works. Alright, I put the matrix down. So what Blizzard is trying to do is trying to, like, pair up aggro versus control. That's it. Now, how does that morph the game into some kind of monstrosity? I don't know. It's very hard to tell now because it's all garbage now. Aggro versus control. There are mid-range decks. I don't condone the perspective that tempo is completely dead, is completely not viable. Again, as long as aggro decks exist, there's going to be someone that figures out how to beat them without the need of boardclears, necessarily. But aggro decks are, well, becoming more and more effective and powerful as well, so they're going to lean on to the only thing that they cannot beat is the control decks, apparently, because they have boardclears. So yeah, the full story short again is control decks stole the concept of boardclears from tempo to the max just to defend from aggro effectively. That's what Blizzard did, and they did a terrible mistake because they don't understand their own game. I understand that part. That's fine. You're not playing Hearthstone enough. I'm a big fan. I played many years, and I figured the fuck out because I'm super smart too, and I'm a programmer, and I can make my own Hearthstone if I want to. I don't give a fuck. But, yeah. That's what they did. They got scared of aggro, and now they're battling each other. Ignoring tempo and cutting it off and throwing it in a trash of arena. Where it's like, well, if you like tempo, play with random cards. That's what tempo is all about. It's just a bunch of random cards anyways, right? I guess. Cool. Arena also kind of feels like bleak because it's tempo versus tempo. Whoever has more boardclears wins. That's the game. It's not even that interesting, to be honest. And if you cannot make consistent tempo decks with equal amount of boardclears, then, like, yeah, like, you discover a boardclear, you win. Like, what? There's nothing to it. It kind of boils down to the same problem, right? These guys stole boardclears and become tempo deflectors of aggro. While tempo itself has to battle itself in arena, and whoever has boardclears wins. The same problem. Boardclears, my friends. They just couldn't fucking stop that. Couldn't they? So now, the simplest fucking solution is just remove boardclears just to see what happens. How about that? Just to see what happens. What kind of decks become, like, powerful because, you know, if people call aggro decks brain dead, then they would be pleasantly surprised when tempo decks show up all of a sudden out of the fucking cave. Yeah, I suggest Blizzard just delete Blizzard and the rest of the Boardclears, so we get to see what happens. You know, that's the only solution. That's the only time I will instantly come back to Hearthstone. No questions asked. This is my requirement. A requirement to the viewers is 100 reasons. All right? If you want me back to Hearthstone, you'll need 100 reasons. All right? It's fine. Probably you can't make it a single one, but that's the fun of it. Once you learn how to make reasons, it's pretty fucking easy to make reasons. But most people don't have, well, have a skill issue of making reasons and talking to people. I don't give a fuck how good at Hearthstone you are. You probably still don't know how to drink water. Yep. So, fuck that shit. Still, there's a bunch of people who just drink beer because drinking beer is easy, and it's like what other people do, and then you get a high from like overdosing on beer. Haha. I put this out there because it's not just a card game. You have to lean onto the real world itself too, and understand that you are a person, not living in a fucking alternate dimension with a bunch of other gamers, you know, and you're better than them because you have higher rank or some bullshit like that. Like, relax, bro. Relax. Don't be offensive. If you want to be a part of like this group, this society, don't be offensive like that. Don't flex your shit. You're not better than other people. You're better than other people when you make more friends. That's how you do it in a society. I can teach you guys so many things. So many philosopher shit, because that's how many brain cells it takes to figure out what happened to Hearthstone. Anyways, so that's cool. And I don't even want to look at the like dislike ratio and all that shit. Like, I don't do that. So I'm not gonna treat you guys. But yeah, the moment Brand came out, everyone is like, well, we have to play Brand. That's the only control deck that existed anymore that very consistently wins against everyone. Control Warrior. They have 14 Boardclears. I've counted. It's insanity. 14! 14 cards of Boardclears. You can just play Boardclears in Warrior and all of a sudden you're fine. Against most of the decks, except other control decks, but that's, who fucking cares about that? And other OTKs. That's all people complained about. Is a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You know, oh my god, there's like Astalor. But how do you win with control deck if you don't have like a win condition? What do you want? You want the game to last forever? It's not gonna happen. No, Hearthstone degenerated so much it's impossible to play the game anymore. You can't make progress on the board. So where do you make progress? The only thing you can do is play OTKs. So Tempo technically collapsed all the way down here. They have to enable themselves a cheat code of OTKs, of building OTKs while they're like battling the opponent and trying to like chip away the armor or all that bullshit. This is the only way Tempo can even exist. Tempo has to evolve into an OTK deck. They have to open that cheat code again. The wind element between rock, paper, scissors, you know. Rock, paper, scissors, lawsuit. Fuck yeah, let's go. That's a pretty good OTK for Blizzard. So yeah, my formula works flawlessly. This is amazing. Every single time I build something like this, it just works. Because I build it very carefully. So I wanted to show you guys this. Right, this is Arena. And immediately he's getting board cleared, right? Raren is winning, but because he gets board cleared, he's gonna lose. And it's a very sad moment, right? When you have a developed board and it's like very powerful, but you just still get cleared. Pretty sad. So he loses this game, but this is how it works. Like, you keep board clears until it's the last resort, until you get overwhelmed by your opponent. or you can make a very, very big tempo swing. Boardclears are not supposed to be just printed out left and right. These are very, very powerful cards. It's not supposed to be 3 mana, deal 3 damage to everything. And it keeps scaling up. Now it's 2 mana, deal 3 damage. It just keeps going up. What the fuck are you talking about? You can't even print a 2 mana 3/3, but you can print a 2 mana, deal 3 damage to everything. Are you fucking kidding me, Blizzard? You gotta be fucking kidding me, and people don't even recognize this as a problem. I don't give a fuck, man, about your fucking community, because that shit doesn't exist. You have too much brain damage to collectively have some kind of community, bro. No way. No fucking way you're gonna convince me that this is okay. They just printed 2 mana, deal 3. Across death rattles, too. Like, you can't make this shit up. This is insane.
Crazy chat, but I don't think it's actually play this.
So, I'll just show you the culprits if you haven't noticed. Okay, standard cards, no. The culprit is over here in the warrior land, but I will show you the shaman because it's closer. This costs 2 mana. If you cast a spell last turn, oh my god! You have to cast a spell though. Your opponent has to have minions though. It's still like 2 mana, deal 3 damage though. And you can't convince me otherwise. And you just swiped so much tempo out of the board. I hope you're proud of yourself, because that shit's unplayable now. Playing minions on the board is pointless. Wow. I hope you accomplished something over here, Blizzard. This is their brain, bro. Aftershocks. Yeah. They just got banhammered by me. We're breaking up. This isn't 2 mana, deal 3. What the fuck is that shit? But it's actually like 4 mana. Like we printed, it's 4 mana. It's like it's like every single other boardclear in existence. But if you play a spell, then it's fine. You know, now they're just doing mana cheat boardclears. Have you fucking noticed? They're trying to sneak in the power creep through various means. And now they're doing it through mana cheat boardclears. Like, what the fuck are you thinking, bro? They're trying to sneak in boardclears through excavate, of all things. I look at this mini set, and I'm just fucking bleeding out of my eyes. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Sneaking in boardclears? Like, ridiculously powerful ones? Yeah, might as well fucking sneak in some spell damage to this deal 6 damage for 2 mana. Let's fucking go, baby. This game has degenerated and it's unplayable, and I don't give a fuck. If there's no minion combat, there's no actual, like, thought process that you need to do to play the game anymore. To build the decks. Nothing you can do anymore. People will figure out the only things that work because it's a bleak environment. It's just a sliver of possibilities, my friends. And just because I can build OTK decks with a little bit of tempo, I mean, there's a sliver of possibilities for me too to build decks. Congratulations, guys. I don't think that's 100 reasons, though. 100 reasons is when this whole thing opens up back again. When Hearthstone becomes in harmony and balance. When I can build unicorns and rainbows and still win the game. You know, consistently too. This is what's missing right now. These are like, you print this card of like, oh, +2/+3. I'm dying, bro. I'm dying. But then this fucking shows deal 6 damage to everything. And summon a 6/6. So it's a 12. It's 12 points of tempo, bro. On a 7 mana card already. But it's deal 6 damage to everything, bro. You just clean and build a board. Wow. How cool is that? They don't give a fuck anymore. The minion simply has to be sneakily normal power level, but they can just, you know, explode in power level. It's just like Astalor. Like, well, if you unpack Astalor, then it's a very powerful card. You know, if you unpack Ignis, it's a very powerful card, but you still have to unpack it. I mean, it's a very big requirement, guys. Not really when you just have to play control decks all of a sudden. If that's the only thing that works, then it's not really a big requirement, is it now? When the game fucking slows down. The only requirement is to do it faster than your opponent. Fucking bullshit is that. They just print the shit out left and right now. It's impossible to play the game, I swear, bro. Impossible. Nothing I build works for this one reason. Only one reason that destroys every single deck that I build. Because I want to, like, summon minions in an efficient way and trade efficiently and all that shit. Instead of, like, worrying about combos. And now with Excavate giving boardclears, it's impossible. Now even Rogue has boardclears. The only fucking dude that's hanging on by a thread is like fucking Druid. I think Druid is gonna fucking fall into oblivion soon. I think the reason why Druid has lost a little bit of the edge is because Rogue has boardclears now. Rogue is stealing a little bit of that shit. But because people don't play tempo decks, there's nothing to clear, almost. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see, because I'll remain subscribed in the last 3 videos that they have released, that these losers have released. Warshak, Raran, and Zeddy. They all contain, well, Warrior that just plays boardclears all the time, and that's how they try to win the game. And if they play a bunch of boardclears, they have just enough survivability to play Brain and then win the game with Astalor, and it's all fucking brain dead garbage. It's way more brain dead than any aggro deck I've ever seen, by the way, because they're trying to make this thing consistent, brain consistent, as that's their win condition, basically. It's fucking nuts, bro. Absolutely insane. Obviously, Hearthstone ruins my day. And, this game needs to go. Continues. Around here. And I need to listen to Ava Max song again to get the vibe. This is like in the wilderness in Wild West, and she's singing about like breakup after 2 years. Well played. I just got played, bro. By Ava Max. I love that shit. I'll take it. Oh, you want to see how these boardclears look like in other people's videos? How pathetic the game fucking feels like. If you haven't already, like, just quick recap. Maybe you don't play standard, I don't know, bro. So at some point, the boardclear fiesta just begins. Left and right. I think this is a good place to start. He clears this with a boardclear. Apparently boardclear is also removal. This has been buffed, of all things. Even when Flamestrike was buffed, I'm like, wait, that's fucking cringe. Are people gonna play Flamestrike? Nah, they can't because it's too expensive. Fucking hell, man.
My YouTube videos coming. Draw that a minute. Go. Yeah,
Oh, boardclear. Reno, haha, how interesting. Wow, it just disappeared.
Freaking scared. Now I need probably find a way to...
And now you have to summon frogs to win. Like, what is this game? I don't even recognize the game anymore. This is fucking insanity, bro.
Way to kill it with...
Anybody? Pick me.
Oh, you couldn't quite kill it. Yes, you can. With Shield Slam.
Yeah.
Oh, boardclear. Too many minions on the board. Oh, board.
Right. Would cost 5 to get a highlight.
This is a very interesting boardclear, guys. It's a highlight of the show. The super ultra giga Boardclear. Or disappears, blah blah blah.
Not that. Dude, not good.
What is he gonna do, guys? He says like, oh, I could have like sanitized, I think. That's what he says.
Wait, I'm gonna probably. Yeah. Can I get it?
And then he asked dollars because that's cool. Yeah, I mean, it's unwatchable content now. It's just like it's filled with Boardclears and like there's nothing to it. There's nothing to look forward to. I wish I could fucking show you guys how the game looks like without Boardclears. But that's why I asked people to challenge me. You know, now it's impossible because I uninstalled. But that's why I challenged. Okay, one second, guys. Image art. That's why I say no legendaries, no Boardclears. Okay, like don't do that. It kind of hinders a problem for like tempo decks, because if I don't have the tools, I technically have a hard time beating aggro, but I should be fine. I should be fine. I should be able to beat aggro, even if you challenged me. But now it's impossible because I uninstalled. This also contains many Boardclears. That's the only fucking way to play the game.
On turn 6?
But of course, it's just Warrior with Boardclears. That's what it is. Now that's a very interesting Boardclear, guys.
My god.
1 mana Boardclear.
Brand play 1v1.
Let me find you. Oh, look. He generated this Boardclear. How cool is that?
If you are the colossal, sorry. Ah, there we go.
It happens to be just a use for removal because you're so scared against control decks. You just want to like do something. I don't know. I don't even know what you guys doing anymore. What's the win condition? Control wins because he has better fucking cards. He has double Astalor that deals double damage. How fucking cool is that? It's just such a degenerate fucking game, bro. I swear. I want to see where the... I haven't even watched the rest of the video because...
Man, that would've...
The moment I've seen enough Boardclears, I mean... I guess there's nothing to it. It's the second game that has Boardclears, right? The first one is a little bit of a fluke because it's Rogue, so they have to improvise their Boardclears, as you have seen. That's pretty interesting. The first game is the most interesting one, after all. So it starts. It begins, my friend. This is a Boardclear.
Can I play Brand next turn? I do this. This is the scariest board I can do.
Oh, the scariest board I can do while clearing your opponent's board, right? And summoning a 9/9 out of a 6-mana fucking card. How the fuck is this possible now? This is power creep to insanity. But they sneaked it in, guys. It's like, but I summoned 5 minions. They have to have death rattles. Yeah, might as well have a death rattle win the game, am I right? Yeah. Oh, it's just a 6-mana 5/5 with death rattle win the game. You know, but it's a 5/5, so like come on, guys. Come on, guys. It's fine, right? Where was I? This is how it...
Give me. Value, so we're going all in.
He had the option of attacking adjacent minions. This is also a Boardclear, basically, the fucking Ignis weapon. Infinite Boardclear, like 6 of them. You can literally just obliterate my board how many times you want. How cool is that? But instead you choose Wind Fury just to finish the game because, wow, my opponent is so fucking pathetic. That's what it is, and they have to run Viper. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? This is a game, bro? Are you fucking kidding me, man? This is why I'm in lower ranks. I don't want to play against the highest tier opponents because they're fucking insane. I don't know how you don't take brain damage while playing the game anymore.
That looked like utter poo.
Yeah, that was a Boardclear into a Boardclear into Lightning Storm. Titan into Lightning Storm just to clear the board. Because board is scary, man. Board is scary. What am I gonna do? I have to play Warcraft. I will take damage, and damage is bad. This is the most degenerate thing I've ever seen, bro. Oh, look, Boardclear has been generated on...
Battlecry? No. I feel like because I build my deck around this, though.
He just played it. He just played it as if it's like nothing, bro. As if it doesn't matter. But it extends the game, too. Like, the game just lasts forever now. It's control versus control. Who plays stuff like this anymore? How the fuck do you do anything in this game anymore?
Like, it's just, I like win every single time, right? Like, even if I worried, I have to.
This is where the Boardclears kind of end, I would imagine. I hope. I don't give a fuck. I watched it to this point, and I, you know, I'm done. This is the worst thing you have ever seen, my friends, by the way. Yeah, Warshack. You'll see something that's so cringe. I scratch my head back and forth, my friends.
Like I'm bellowing this next turn.
I understand, like, these opponents understand they're facing control, each other's control, but you'll see Boardclears just being wasted, just like as if it's nothing, and not even removal. It's just like, well, I'm just gonna play it.
What the hell was that, dude?
But they like play it for completely different reasons. For me, I would just like lose the board. That would be the whole outcome. But they would just like, oh, I drew 2 cards with this Boardclear. You know, that was the reason.
Love ever. Oh, it's still showing no until they update the thing. Oh god, he got creation. Got 2 Ignises. Ruh-roh. He's probably read. No, and he wants your brand. Probably.
He did that just to play a Boardclear. And then heal all of this. So the Boardclear just clears a 2/2. That is the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen, by the way. Just waste a Boardclear just to draw 2 cards. So it's already fucking cringe as hell.
This is not very exciting for me right now.
Oh, is it? Is it not exciting? I thought you were like super excited to play these fucking control decks left and right. Guess how the opponent clears these guys. You know, also the Ignis weapon wasn't chosen to be a Boardclear, but it has Wind Fury, so technically it's one of those, you know, Demon Hunter weapons that you just kind of clear the board with, you know. But it takes some life. But Priest has armor, apparently, so that's cool. So here's what happens. Yeah, that's how he uses another Boardclear to clean 4/6. Yeah.
Listen. Oh my goodness. He's got Gigafon.
Doesn't he know that if he plays this with a shitty battle cry, he's not actually gaining much value? Doesn't he know that playing a minion doesn't do anything? Now he's just gonna get cleared, right? Well, for some reason, Warshack doesn't seem to have a Boardclear right now. So let's see what happens. Because now I'm actually excited. This is the part where I stopped watching the video. Oh, he just top decks the... Get the fuck out of my fucking face. And he plays it, of course, right? Yep. Alright. Top decks. So interesting, right? So much strategy. What a fucking degenerate. But this is what happens when you don't understand relationships. You don't understand what it likes to break up with someone. Like, I don't want to break up with someone. That's not how it fucking works, right? I haven't completed Hearthstone. There's always new expansions, new cards to fucking play. I would be fine, you know, having a eternal relationship. Why the fuck not? But it doesn't work out, unfortunately, when you're just printing boardclears left and right, as if, like, that's the only way to, like, do things. The only reason why Warshak didn't just fucking lose this game is because he top deck Brawl. Congratulations, Warshak. So much skill, bro. Congratulations. I love this fucking game, bro. Where's that fucking, Cheerio? I need a better Cheerio, bro.
Something must have gone wrong in my brain. Why don't you care? Why don't you care?
What do you mean? I'm not that predictable. Right?
Now you are Hearthstone. Very predictable. You're a fucking shitty game. My god. Literally the first 3 uploads after the mini set. Cringe as fuck. Anyway, see you guys next time. Right? Right? I don't know. I don't know what I upload next time, unfortunately, anymore.